This weekend is Memorial Day weekend in the United States, and later today I'll spend some time with my daughter at my father's grave, and hopefully later in the weekend we'll get together as a family for a large picnic. I can't wait for that. Hello, this is Leanne, and I'm hoping that every Friday we can just spend a little time together very casually, where I talk about things and hopefully you'll comment, so that we get some kind of dialogue going. I think that's really important. The communication, talking is really important. Hopefully, these sessions will move from static, as I call it, a monologue, to where there is more interaction. But I have to figure out the technology so that you can speak with me. That would be great. So let's talk about holidays today. In many countries, holidays are a very, very special time. If you happen to be in Korea, for instance, oh my gosh, you have so many holidays there. You have Children's Day, you have Grandparents' Day, Parents' Day, and Language Day. I'm just amazed at how fortunate you are to really be able to celebrate. I happened to be in Vietnam during the Tet New Year time, and I was really surprised. I was thinking that there would be huge celebrations, but really what happens in Vietnam at least is things pretty much shut down because everybody is visiting their family and they're coming together, they're eating special foods, they're doing a lot of karaoke, and it's a very special time for the family. I think that's really, really great. In India, what I've experienced too is during their holidays, the children usually come home to visit their parents. And I think that's very common in many, many Asian countries. I think it's really great. Let's talk about Memorial Day here. For Americans, Memorial Day is more of a somber day in many respects because it's a time when we remember our family members and the military service members who've passed away. But it is also a time for families to gather for picnics and barbecues, have long conversations, and for many people, it does feel like the unofficial beginning of summer, especially in Minnesota, where I live, because we've had a cool spring and now we're going to start moving into warmer weather. I like that. But this gets me thinking too about holidays in general because every culture has special days, as I said before, that bring people together and create memories. I'd be really interested in hearing what your special holidays are, or the special foods that you partake in. Can you leave me a comment? When I was younger, holidays felt very different to me than they do now. As we get older, I think it becomes less about excitement and more about connection. Yeah, about people, memories, and traditions that we hold on to. Memorial Day, in America, we often use expressions like long weekend because Memorial Day always creates a 3-day weekend for many workers. People also say things like getting together with the family. I'm getting together with the family. We're going to have a barbecue. I'm heading back home for the holiday. Those are all very natural expressions you'll hear in everyday English conversation around Memorial Day. And I think every country has its own traditions around the holidays. Living and traveling internationally has made me realize how much culture is connected to food. Oh my gosh. Family gatherings, religious traditions, and shared memories. Even when countries are very different, those feelings are often the same. I was in Kashmir, which is in the northern part of India, and I stayed with a Muslim family during Ramadan. And again, I was so impressed with the family connection and how the fasting during the day meant so much to these people. And then at night, they came together to break fast. And it was a very, very special time for the family. I I also think the meaning of holidays change as we age. I remember Christmas when I was young and the presents and all the special foods and the candy. I'm sad to say, but now I think that Christmas is just a lot of work. But some holidays become quieter, like Memorial Day, and some become more meaningful, like Memorial Day. And sometimes we find ourselves remembering people who are no longer with us. And that's why it's so important to me to take my daughter to my father's grave and just talk to her about my father, especially because she just never really got to know him. So today will be mostly a quiet day for me. I'll visit the cemetery with my daughter as I do every year, and I'm going to take her and her husband out to dinner as well. And I'll probably tell the same old stories that she's heard many, many times before. But honestly, those are often the moments I really remember the most. As I said earlier, please leave a comment about your favorite holidays, about your family traditions, and what this means to you. I really enjoy reading the comments and I do try to answer them all. Actually, I love learning about cultures and traditions around the world. I want to thank you for just sitting and listening to me today. And hopefully, we can get together again next Friday to talk about something else. Have a great weekend.